Welcome to episode 3 of the Common Sense podcast. And today we're going to be going over the recaps of game 3 and 4. And yet again, just like games 1 and 2, didn't go how we wanted, but we'll start off with just like before game 3. We mentioned last episode that we were both going to be at the games. And honestly, before game 3, vibes were great. You went outside the red zone in front of the building. I just went straight into the arena. I got a glimpse at the warm-ups and stuff. How was your experience before game 3?
Yeah, no, it was good. Like it was nice, pretty nice day in Ottawa. Like a little bit windy, but overall nice day out. Like the red zone was absolutely packed, which is always good to see. Yeah, people were enjoying the $5 beers and the $2 hot dogs. The Sens had like a bunch of different activations, like they like to call them, like outside, I know I saw like face painting for the kids and obviously they had like the kind of jumbo screen, which was nice to see. I wasn't sure if
Yeah.
they would have like an actual big screen or just like a kind of small little one. But no, yeah, they went kind of all out. They had like a big screen, some chairs and stuff for people to like watch the game, and then yeah, like they had the whole band and everything also out there pregame. So no, yeah, I think hat tip to the Sens. They did a good job with that. So yeah.
Yeah, no, warm was pretty cool, especially last year when we were playing the Leafs. They kept doing Ghost Dance, Go Chance before warm-ups, and they did that again this year, and they were buzzing. But I think my favorite thing about the pregame was when the players were coming onto the ice and like the pregame hype video, like when they were coming in the ice playing that song and everyone was waving their towels and like all the lights were red, like that was sick. Like that gave me, I think I tweeted out too, like that just gave me chills. It was one of the best experiences I've ever had for like a pregame experience, and I've been to a couple different arenas, and I've only been to the playoffs in Ottawa to be fair, but
Yeah.
like that was probably one of the best things I've ever seen. So props to the Sens for that because that was pretty dope.
Yeah, like I think the fans kind of brought it, and that was good. I was a little bit like let down by the overall like game presentation of it, like the pregame. Like I thought, like the video was alright, like it was good video, but overall, like I don't know, no ice projections and like the lights were good, I guess, but yeah,
They
I
had
don't
some ice
know.
projections. They had like stuff and they had stuff on the ice.
Yeah, but like pregame, but not like actually during the
Uh,
pregame like
oh
video
yeah,
or
like the
intro type of thing.
yeah.
And they had like Sparty waving the flag. It was all right, all things considered. But yeah, I know like they were talking about stepping up their game. I didn't feel that. I thought last year was a bit better. Like the bell ringers were like at least different last year. This year we had pretty much the same thing. Like we got
Yeah, Chris Neal twice.
Phillips and Neal, and then Phillips and Neal and some other alumni. But yeah, overall, like I think it was decent, and the fans are kind of what brought it up. Like the fans were buzzing, singing
Fair.
like the oh whatever.
Oh,
Um,
that
yeah,
was sick.
that was pretty
Especially in
good.
game four, like in the second period of game four,
Yeah,
crowd was rocking then.
so I think the fans brought the energy more than anything. But yeah, I wasn't like super impressed with the whole game presentation part of it. But no, the building was absolutely rocking. And I think, to be honest, on game three, I think the loudest it was during warm up, maybe, or sorry, during the intro, maybe during
Might
the
have been.
goal, but yeah, it
Yeah,
was
I mean,
definitely close.
it was a game tying goal, but it was a little bit awkward because I honestly thought it might have been offside because I don't know if
Hmm.
it like I know it's like if the Canes player passes it back in the zone, it's onside, but you just never know if it like slightly tips off a Sen stick or if it
Yeah.
was. So I honestly really didn't cheer until they dropped the puck. Yeah, definitely see where you're coming from. Well, let's start with the start of game three. A big thing we both said in our last episode was they have to come off, they have to have a good start. And we didn't really get that. It wasn't terrible at the start, but the biggest thing was they have to score first. They didn't score first in
Yeah.
games one and two, and we mentioned how both these teams love playing with the lead. They're first off, they're just hard to play against, and second off, if you give either of these teams a lead, it's really hard to come back. And I mean, the proof is in the pudding. Kane scored first every single game, and they won every single game. So, what were your thoughts on the first period of Game Three? Canes. First period ends 1-0 Canes, and who would have thought Logan Stankoven yet again? He was a dog of this year. Good for him. Yeah. Anything? Any takeaways you have from the first period there?
Yeah, like I talked about it in the last episode, like the Sens needed to establish their forecheck right away, try to play more in the offensive zone, not necessarily play with the puck, but just have more time in the offensive zone, forechecking, cycling, creating stuff, making things happen. And yeah, I didn't think at any point really in that game, especially in the first, like they were able to establish the forecheck much. It was almost always like dump in and out right away. And I mean, I think I'm going to say this a lot in this episode, but you got to credit Carolina. Their D's are back to pucks quickly and they're moving them out as fast as possible. And they're moving pucks behind Ottawa, like they're flipping it out or going to glass and out, just allowing their forwards to chase the puck down and just reset in the neutral zone and go again, and not give Ottawa any chance to set up. So yeah, a bit unfortunate, but I think yeah the Sens couldn't do it, but gotta credit the Canes, and I'm gonna keep saying it, but you gotta credit Carolina.
Yeah, I mean you have to, but I mean at the same time, just to play devil's advocate, like the Sens are a good team too, and a lot of people had them win the series as well, so
Yep.
they gotta be good too. I thought one thing Canes were better than us as is just like staying in the zone. Like as you mentioned, like the Canes defensemen able to get out of the zone right away. I feel like the Sens were struggling in that. The Canes definitely had more zone time. Like the shots after the first period were 10-8 Carolina. I would if you look at the advanced stats, it was probably like shot attempts are probably way higher for Carolina and stuff. But yeah, like Carolina's decor is super underrated. Like the only name that really jumps out to you is Jacob Slavin, but then after that, they have three lines that like their bottom pair can run out and play 20 minutes and they'd be fine.
Yeah.
Like they have a really underrated decor. One thing that was really good in the first period, though, shots were 10-8 was the PK. Sens go 3 for 3 on the PK that period, which is huge because I remember saying to my buddy after that, like this period easily could be more than 1-0 after the first, but like we're still in that game. Like it gave the fans something to cheer for, some energy going into the second period, which is good. And then in the second period, might have been one of the worst periods all season. I'm just gonna say that. Like I feel like the players would agree. Like the second period is just one of the worst periods I've like. The Sens scored in that period, which is great, but they also had five power plays. They had a 5-on-3, which I think was at least a minute. It might have been it was either like 40 seconds, like a minute 20. It was a decently long 5-on-3 is like is what I'm trying to say. And they get outshot in a period where pretty much half the period you're on the man advantage. You
Yep.
get outshot. Like, um, is there anything you would have changed or like? I know you were talking a lot about they have to like just get in and get the puck down low, but is there anything like specific you were like trying to see them do?
Yeah, I mean, like I was telling my dad who I was with at the game, like the most frustrating thing about the power play, watching them on the power play, is that I didn't see any adjustment. Like I didn't see them except for changing a couple guys around. Like in game three, I think they put Giroux on and took Cousins off. Well, Cousins is the guy who has most power play goals on the team this year. So it's like, what's the math behind that? Like to me, I don't see it. I don't think it's a personnel issue. It's what are we doing? What are we trying to do? And are we executing what we're trying to do? And there's enough skill on that ice. You can say whatever you want, especially on the power play about the Canes PK. Like, yeah, they were really good and they were pressuring us. But with the amount of skill that we have on that first power play unit, especially, there's no excuses for those guys to not be able to create, make quick plays, and get pucks to the net and to the center of the ice. I think for me, the most frustrating is that exactly. Like, they weren't ever supporting each other in small spaces. So like one guy would enter the zone on the far side and then he'd be alone with two Canes players coming down on him. But you got to be able to create those little triangles and then quick passes, like 1-2 pass, you're out of there. puck moves to the other side. Now Carolina has to reset, and now you can kind of get space to move the puck around. I didn't see that ever. I just saw one guy try to carry it in, then maybe like a little soft dump that Carolina would just collapse on, get it out. And then the other thing was the face-offs. Like on the power play especially, they lost too many face-offs. Carolina was so good at just winning out down the ice, and you lose about 10, 15 seconds. So and then we couldn't get back in because we struggled on the entries. So just so much went wrong in the power play, and it's just unfortunate.
The entry was definitely the hardest part. I mean, like winning the first face-off was huge for them because it felt like we could just never get in the zone.
Yeah.
It just felt like whenever we got a power play, it's like, okay, well, 2 minutes are gone. Like we couldn't get in the zone. Would you agree that you like, especially after games 1 and 2, where you don't score a power play goal? I think they were 0 for 9 after those games. Would you agree that you think they were in their head a lot? Because there was also a couple times where there was just some really dumb, really dumb passes. I felt like there was a couple times Kachuk is just like passing the puck cross ice, and the puck, like there was twice I can recall. There was a Kachuk pass cross ice at the blue line where he passes it like behind the guy. The puck goes out of the end, and there's also one time Timmy goes in the zone all by himself, and he does like a backhand pass, like a no look backhand pass, and the puck also goes behind the zone. Like, do you think they were in their head just trying to do a little too much when stuff wasn't going their way?
Um. Yeah. I think there. It got to that point. I think. Um. Kachuk, like I've been picking up on this kind of all season on the power play, especially. He often just throws the puck or tries to force passes across the seam. I'm not sure why. I'm not sure what's he being instructed to do, but oftentimes I see him just like turn and throw it, and I'm like, what was like? You just hold on to it or make a small pass, like a little give and go or something to settle down the PK. But yeah, I think at one point it got to a point like that one is that game three, that one 5-on-3 where they cleared the puck like three times just by themselves, like passing it out of the zone.
Yeah.
Yeah, like at that point, like yeah, you're holding your stick too tight and you're overthinking it, and that's what happens. But yeah, it just like I said, like very frustrating that there was never really any adjustments or like counters to what Carolina was doing. With those kind of skill players, like if you tell them do this, they should be able to adjust and do it. But yeah,
Yeah.
just that was the most frustrating for me. I didn't see enough adjustments.
Yeah, I mean that's fair. Like I feel like the power play just like, and I think Brady said it after game 3. Power play lost us this game. I feel like you can go almost go as far as saying that the power play lost us the series, or at least
Oh
like
yeah,
is the reason we got swept. Because if you think of it, 5-on-5, sure we weren't generating that much 5-on-5, but the Canes weren't generating that much 5-on-5 either. They were the better 5-on-5 team, I'll say that, but
hmm
it's not like they were like it was way better. And our goaltending was, I mean, the best goaltending we could have ever asked for. No one expected this. We're
yeah,
like, if we just get average goaltending, we have a shot at winning the series. Well, we got way above average goaltending, and we got swept. With the PK, I mean, the PK is almost perfect. I think it was like 2 for 19. I have it written down. PK was 2 for 12. Or sorry. Their power play was 2 for 12, so our PK was 12 for 14. So really good. Like you couldn't have asked for a better PK. Um, but yeah, like the power play just goes 1 for 21. Like that just can't happen. If you think even if we score 3 more power play goals, you go 4 for 21. That's still under 20%. Like that's not good. That 3 more goals in a series where 3 goals are 1 goal games. I'm not including the 2 empty nets
yeah,
from yesterday. Like they're all 1 goal games. It's like 3 goals can go a long way. A big thing for the power play too is losing Jake Sanderson in the second period. Now, um, I don't think the hit was relative. Like I don't think it was a dirty hit. I don't think Hall was doing it on purpose. At the same time, you have to make sure you don't hit someone in the head. The one thing that annoyed me the most was, how do you not review it? We've seen now 3 plays since that, right, get reviewed. You had the
yeah,
Kachuk play in that same game. Had I think it wasn't the Slavkovsky hit yesterday. I think it might have been like a high stick yesterday in a Habs Lightning game. I forget the other game, but there's been 3 reviews since that don't get reviewed. I'm thinking like if Sanderson, if he's a big ass baby just like Martin Hook and he falls after getting hit, and maybe it gets reviewed. I don't think we should be in a
Without a
position where
doubt.
you. Yeah, exactly. So I don't like
Yeah.
I hate that we're in a position where you need to fall to get a review. Like
Yeah.
that was
I mean,
that game that
we've seen a bunch of embellishment penalties in these playoffs, and it seems like the NHL wants people to embellish at this point. Like San yes, I said it right away. If Sanderson stays down there and they have to stop it and the trainer comes down and all that, there's a review and there's probably a 5 minute major on that play. But he got up right away and punched Hall, so I don't know. I guess the ref said, well, he's fine, so it must not have been that bad of a hit. But yeah,
yeah, I mean,
it's just ridiculous.
yeah, I don't
And
know.
like the one on Kachuk in game 4, like I think so it was fresh in their mind that there wasn't a review on the Sanderson one in the game before. So they said, okay, we have to review this one because Martinook stayed down. And then because later in the game we saw the one on Greg, which didn't get reviewed for the hitting from behind.
Yeah, that was
So
game
it's
four.
yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Later in game
Oh.
4, because the Kachuk one was fresh in their mind, but by the time we got to Greg, it was it was
Yeah,
gone. They had lost control of it. Everything was out of their head. So now they're not even
yeah,
thinking about that. But the Kachuk one's like, oh shit, the other guys missed the Sanderson one. We have to review this, even though it wasn't even like I don't even know what the penalty was on
yeah,
that one. So it's just like it's the inconsistencies for me. Refs will make mistakes, coaches will make mistakes, players will make mistakes, but the amount of inconsistency I see night in night out from NHL officiating is absolutely pathetic.
yeah. We're also filming this Monday morning where literally the last thing that happened in the NHL was a controversial call. Like, I don't know if you saw it, but the Edmonton scored
Yeah,
the Anaheim Ducks winning goal, which personally I do think it crossed the line. But
yeah,
how on earth does the ref know the puck crossed the line during the game? You because you don't even the review when you have every single angle, especially in a net, like you have the best angles for a goal in the net because that's literally it's the goal line. It's the biggest thing in the sport. It's literally the net. Like you're gonna have all the angles possible, and there's no conclusive angle that shows the puck cross the line. So honestly, I have no idea how the ref knew that that puck crossed the line, but don't worry about that too much because it's not the Ottawa Senators. And but yeah, like the reason I brought up the whole Jake Sanderson thing, obviously, was it's a big talking point, but it's also, I mean, that's our quarterback for our power play. Like
yeah,
that's another reason. I'm not going to blame it on him. You can't blame it on injury. Like Thomas Chabot is still a really good power play guy. As he said today in his postseason interviews, his wrist is still broken.
oh yeah,
Like he says it's not going to heal for 3 months, or it's not 3 months, 3 weeks. You're the Canes. You obviously know that. Like going into the series, you do all the research on all the injuries and stuff, and you know exactly who's fighting with who. So you know Thomas Chabot is probably not going to shoot the puck from top of the blue line. He's
yeah,
probably going to
no,
pass it either Stützle on one side or Kachuk on the other side. So you know that you're going to pressure him even more to get that pass off, and then the Canes players playing on like the wing can pressure those guys even more because you just know he's going to pass it.
yeah,
I mean, that put us in a really tough position too. Again, I mean, so much can be talked about the power play because I mean, like again, like I personally think that lost us the series.
yeah,
But Batherson does end up tying the game in the second period, which is huge. That was a really nice pass by Nick Cousins.
yeah,
Then the Canes score a minute 23 left. Or sorry, not left. A minute 23 right after the goal.
yeah,
It kind of just feels the same as last year. Like last year we tied the game huge and big in game four, and then Max Pacioretty just scores. Or no, sorry, that was game six. Max Pacioretty scores and right away. It seems like right when you get the crowd going, it just dies right away.
yeah. The Sens had to hold on to that lead, like let the energy build. Like the building was rocking at that point. Like you kind of need that, and then just allowing it right away after is just yeah, it just takes all the air out of the tires. And like the building was so quiet. Like I haven't heard it that quiet in the playoffs. I was at all the games last year, all the games this year, and it was yeah, there was just a yeah, you could have heard like a pin drop in the CTC. It was bad, but it is what it is. Like they're just a good team. They capitalized on their chances that we gave them, and yeah, like I don't know what else to say about that. That's pretty
Yeah.
much it's
Yeah,
what it
not only
is.
was it a minute 30 after Batherson, it was also 2 minutes and 30 seconds away from the period just being over.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure coaches always say don't let a goal early in the period and late in the period. And 2:30 is not extremely late. Like usually it's like a minute in, minute out. But like again, like you kind of it would have been huge to carry like the tie game into the third, especially with the Sens not being the best second period team. So to be even after two, the crowd would have been roaring going into the third. I
yeah,
mean, the third period, like nothing really happened in the third. Like the Canes played shutdown D. We didn't get another power play. I mean, I don't think we deserved it after going 0 for 5 in the second period anyway. But then there was as we just talked about, there was the Kachuk penalty where kind of didn't really know what happened during like when it happened because all you see is Martin Hook's stick go flying and then him just flop on the ground, which um we'll say like I think Kachuk definitely did something. Like it looked like he kind of I don't know if it like I think some people were talking about a spear. I don't really think he tried to spear him, but at the same time I think Martin Hook embellished it. Like his stick did not need to go that far, and he did not need to fall on the ground. That's exactly what he did. I still think Kachuk should just did nothing. I don't even think the puck was close, and taking a penalty with 8 minutes left in the game is never going to help your team when you already can't score and you're playing the Carolina Hurricanes.
yeah. It wasn't that penalty in Game 4, the one you're talking about that got
But the
reviewed.
Kachuk was game three.
So is there not? Okay, well I'm mixing them up, but yeah, like um, I don't know. Like sometimes it's just like you're chasing the game. Just don't do anything that could put you in a bad spot where you're gonna go to the box, right? Like you need the best chance you can get at getting a goal, and the Canes give you absolutely nothing. And every 2 minutes you spend on the PK, you have less chance of scoring, like on paper. So
Yeah.
yeah, there's a lot of that to go around. I thought some of the penalties overall in the entire series, like there were some soft calls all around, like
On
both
both
sides.
teams.
Yeah, both sides. I don't like it. I think playoff hockey, like if it doesn't impact the play completely, like just let it go, honestly.
Yeah,
But
exactly. Like I was watching Montreal and Tampa yesterday, and they were calling everything as well.
yeah, it's I don't know why we've gone to this like extreme of like we gotta call everything in the playoffs. I think it takes away from the product of playoff hockey a little bit, but yeah, I can't really complain about the refs, that's for sure.
Yeah. And well, yeah, I mean, game three, I really kind of just summarized game three up. I mean, obviously wasn't great. Again, lost by one goal, 0 for 5 on the power play. I think we know. I mean, right, as Kachuk said it, power play lost the game. Here to disagree with that, and your number one defenseman gets injured. The number one player in the series gets injured, and I mean, nothing helps. And then you go to game four, and now you have no Sanderson and no Zub, and the PK is not good. You're not scoring, so I mean, it just makes total sense for Yakimchuk to make his debut. And Travis Green didn't want to make that known until pretty much warm ups when they're taking line rushes. And as people thought, he did make his debut. And I mean, personally for him, I think you'd say he had a great debut. 2 assists, can't really complain about that for your being your first playoff game. Just like his first regular season game, got two
Yeah.
points which I put out an optimistic tweet out saying, if Yakimchuk makes his debut, hopefully it's the start of a 4 game win streak because when he made his regular season debut, it was the last win of a 4 game win streak. So maybe we get that Yak magic. And yet again, I mean, you want the Sens to score early and score fast to get the crowd into it, especially when you're down 3-0. Like, honestly, I thought the crowd was going to be a little bit worse to start that game, going down 3-0 back-to-back years. But honestly, they were buzzing again. And I thought, I'm like, damn, like, this is really good. The players are probably a little bit surprised too. And yet again, it's just a tight check in first period and no score. Both teams did get two power plays. And again, Sens PK is perfect 2 for 2. But then the power play yet again goes 0 for 2. Like it would have been huge to get that first goal in that game on one of those first two power plays.
Yeah, I mean, we're kind of beating a dead horse at this point. Like, yeah, the power play was absolutely awful. Um, I thought Yak I'll go back to that. I'll start with that. Like Yakimchuk debut. I thought it was. I thought he didn't look out of place. Like offensively, he was good. He was keeping pucks in, keeping plays alive. He was trying to make things happen, which I can't say about everyone. And he was kind of being successful getting pucks to the net. I thought in the power play, like they could have got him more looks shooting the puck. Like he has a bomb. Like just let him rip it. Even like if you want to keep him at the top, like create like a little switch where like Timmy comes up to the middle, Yak slides down, and then he just feeds him and then rips a 1T or something like that. I don't know. There wasn't much creativity going on in the power play, so it's a little too bad. He does get the 2 secondary assists, which is nice. Um, I saw some people like hating on him and saying that he wasn't good. I mean, I didn't see. I saw maybe one time where he kind of messed up defensively, but otherwise, like his gap control was pretty solid. He was moving pucks out of the zone. He's being physical along the boards. Like it's exactly what you want. And yeah, I wouldn't say he looked any worse than Gilbert or Crotty or Thompson or any of the other guys that played.
Yeah.
So
I didn't really
I
recognize him. I didn't really recognize him at all in the defensive zone, which is honestly really good. I mean,
that's a good thing. Yeah,
exactly. Like you don't really want to recognize your defenseman in the defensive zone unless it's like Jake Sanderson. He's making the best defensive play ever. But
yeah,
usually it's good when you don't recognize him in the D zone. Now I do think Bumgarner was doing a really good job sheltering him, which I think you have to do for a guy like him, and just giving him a lot of offensive zone starts. But there's multiple times where he would start in the offensive zone with like Shabbat, and they would lose the maybe I don't know win the faceoff, and leave the zone right away, and then go in the D zone. And still, I think he was pretty good there.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, uneventful first period, but then that second period might have been the most eventful period you could have ever asked for. And
Yeah.
boy, does it start off with a literal bang. Tyler Clevin, the K Train, lays a huge hit on Nikishin. And I'll say, hope Nikishin is doing good. I saw something that he was cheering for the team after the game, and he's going back to Carolina. So prayers for him. Hopefully, he can play game one of the next round. But boy, was that a huge hit. And I saw some
Dude.
Canes fans on Twitter saying, "Oh, it's so dirty." Like I thought you Sens fans were like good and respectful, but like no, you guys are just complete like idiots. I'm like, I don't like. I saw all the professionals too saying that was a clean hit. And, like
Oh
that
yeah.
was, yeah. Like I don't know how that's dirty. But the only thing I had a problem with that play is after that play, I kept saying, "Okay, Sens are gonna have a power play," and we did. To be fair, we did have a 2 minute power play after that. But they gave Spence an extra two, and they just gave who was it on Carolina? They got the four. Actually, I have it right here. Someone got 4 minutes.
There was
Okay,
Spence. I think
it,
Svechnikov.
yeah. It was Svechnikov got 4 minutes, but Sebastian Aho had Clevin in a headlock when Svechnikov was just going after him. Like I
Yeah.
think we should have had the 2 man advantage after that. But I won't. I'm not going to turn a positive huge hit from Clevin into a negative. That was a huge hit, and
Oh yeah.
boy was the CTC buzzing after that.
Dude. Like you said, like I hope Nikishin's alright, but I'm not gonna lie, I was one of the fans like cheering when he was like flopping all over the place. Like it was it was absolutely electric. Clevin, we know what he can do. Like he did it last year against Toronto too, like some big hits. That's what we need, and we need honestly we need more of that. Like Clevin's kind of the only guy that kind of lays the boom on the back end. And like I don't need huge hits constantly, but just like hard, heavy hits along the boards, you know?
Yeah.
Like we just have soft players like and I love Sandy and I love Zub and Shabbat and Spence. None of those guys are hurting you when they hit you. I'm sorry. They're just not.
No.
And you can easily knock them off the puck. Like Spence was getting knocked off left and right in this series, and that just comes with the
To be fair,
territory.
Zub did have a really big hit in game one, but then
And he got
somehow
hurt.
he got the worst of it.
Yeah,
Yeah, he got the worst
exactly.
of it somehow. That
Like that's
sucks, but
what
yeah.
that just comes with the
Yeah.
territory. Like undersized, maybe not undersized, but smaller defensemen, a little bit more fragile, a little bit more easier to knock off the puck. Like that's just you can be the best defenseman, but if you're smaller, there's big heavy guys that are gonna come in and rock your shit, and that's just the game of hockey, and that's why these teams build big, strong defense cores. Look at Carolina's D's; they're big and strong. Any team that's competing in the playoffs right now, maybe apart from Montreal, has big, strong D's from 1 to 6, basically. So I think Ottawa needs to kind of
Yeah.
move in that direction a little bit more, because things like that Clevin hit can absolutely change a series, and it's too bad that Clevin missed the early games. But yeah, it was absolutely huge, and it was maybe the best moment of the series.
Yeah, honestly. I mean, to be fair, I don't really think like the Hurricanes don't really have the biggest D guys either. Like I honestly think height wise from these two teams pretty even. Like Slavin, not the biggest guy. Chatfield's decently big, but then if you go to like Miller, Sean Walker, Nikishin, Goss's pair, I feel like it was pretty even for these two teams at least. Yeah,
I
like I
don't know.
definitely see what you're saying.
Nikishin's
And
a
also
big body.
he
Like,
is, but like he's also like he's there like he's like no one in the series compares to Tyler Clevin. Tyler Clevin's the
so
biggest guy in the series.
I've got it here. I've got it here. So Chatfield is 6'1", 209. Gostisbehere 5'11", 183. So he's relatively on the small side. Keandre Miller 6'5", 210. Nikishin 6'3", 218. Uh, and then Slavin 6'3", 207. And then Walker 5'11", 191. So there's some mutants on that back end. Like four guys at 6'3" and over, 200 plus pounds. We have one, or maybe two if you
Manton
count
Palo's six
Manpello.
three.
Yeah,
Manton
he's
yeah, Manton
decently
Palo's 6'3". Jake Sanderson's 6'2". Like that's just like 1 foot below. And then if you
yeah,
want to
but
count
different
like
style,
Artem Zub's also 6'3". I
different. Like
I
not
don't
heavy like those guys. I don't know. I
a little
I
bit.
get I get your
Sens
argument, but
did
like your
yeah,
rebuttal, but
Sens did out hit them in games 2, 3, and 4. So
oh no doubt, like you can hit, but it's the size and the weight and the ability to take the hit too. Like when you're a big guy, you can just you'll take hits easier and you'll be able to roll off
yeah,
hits way easier than a guy like Spence or Shabbat. Like those guys, it's
yeah,
just
definitely.
physics. Like they will get knocked off the puck. So
Yeah.
I think
Definitely harder
the
for a guy like Jordan
blueprint,
Spence.
yeah, like the blueprint has been set by the Panthers pretty much, and everyone copies it from NHL all the way down to like minor hockey. Teams are going with these big mutants. So that's how you win. And I think we need to kind of start moving to that direction a bit more.
That's fair. Um, but yeah, like that second period was crazy, and then like I thought that power play after the Cleven hit would have been like the perfect time to get that first power play goal. And what do you know? It didn't lead to that. But there were so many more scrums after that. I mean, it led to the Ridley Craig soccer punch, which was definitely not a smart thing to do.
That was wild,
That's
yeah.
gonna yeah that's gonna bite us. That is gonna. I mean, he's gonna get suspended probably 3 4
Yeah.
games for next year,
I don't
which
know,
is
three.
isn't gonna help.
I think like 1 or 2 games. I don't think it's gonna be
And
that
only
bad.
1 or 2 for that.
Yeah.
Oh no, from what I'm seeing, a lot of people like literally everyone is saying it was. I'm honestly
It
surprised
is
it wasn't
dirty, don't get
an
me wrong.
in-person hearing. The one
Yeah,
thing I
it's
will say though
dirty,
is
but
we can't have guys going out and saying, "Oh yeah, really Greg deserved to get hit from behind into the boards
yeah, that's
because he did that."
ridiculous.
Well, like what are we doing here? No
Yeah.
one does. Even if you do a stupid play, like as parents always say, two wrongs don't make a right. Why the
Yeah.
hell? Like sure, Greg messed up. You're not wrong. He's gonna get suspended. Then does he deserve to get hit in the boards from behind? Hell no. But whatever, not my call. And, like I feel like the refs just lost the game after that because
Oh yeah.
there was about we had 4 straight power plays at the end of the second period, and we
Yeah.
finally scored on one. A
Miracle.
one timer from Tim Stutzla goes off Drake Batherson in the net, which um is huge. If you look at the big picture of the game, we still went 1 for 9 on the power play. So
With like
just
what,
as you
two
said
five on
before,
threes?
yeah, exactly 2 5 on
Yeah.
threes. Uh, had a 6 on 5 late in the game, which we actually scored on. So if you
Yeah.
want to count that as like a man advantage, I guess
Nah, I'm
that
not
counts.
counting
But
that. No.
yeah, power play doesn't count.
Yeah.
Yeah, like as you said before, being a dead horse. I mean, 1 for 9 on the power play in a game that was one score before all the empty net goals. Again, does not help you. Help you.
No. Yeah, no, it's just one like I think I said in the last episode, you have to go 25% in this series at the on the power play to have a chance, and we were like 0.04%, so something like that. So you score like on 9 opportunities, you score like two, and you scored two and you win the game. And that's not even, well, that's not even like, what's that, like 10%, like something around that, or just somewhere.
1 for 9.
Yeah, or no, 2 for 9. Like if you score two power play goals,
1 for 9 is 11%. So 2 for 9 would probably be
yeah,
like
so like
just
15-ish,
like
something like
18
that.
maybe.
Yeah, like I don't know. Not a big math guy, but like I know
Yeah,
that
no.
1 for 9 is absolutely garbage, and you just capitalizing a tiny bit more, and you win that game, maybe more games. So yeah, it's too bad. Like, and the goal was
Two.
so simple too. Like, it's not like it was some crazy play. Like, it was top down to Stützle, one timer, Bathson's in front, tip, goal. Like, it's not
Yeah.
rocket science, but oh well.
So 2 for 9 is 22%. So honestly,
Okay.
you probably should have known that right after I said 1 for 9 is 11. You just add 11 again. But you know what? It's all good. I'm here to talk sports, not math.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Exactly.
But yeah, like 25%. I just searched that up too. So if we went, um, never mind. I searched up the other one. So 25% of 21 power plays is 5.25. So let's just do five. So if we go 25%, as you say, which is pretty good, even if we, again, like I said earlier, if we just do three extra goals, 25% is four extra goals. Like, extra goals, I feel like the series is definitely at least 3-1. I'd honestly think 2-2.
Yeah. Literally. Like, yeah.
Yeah, like, yeah. And then you had to know that the power plays were going to switch after the second period because the Sens got four straight late ones. And I mean, that's exactly what happened. The Canes got two in the third. And I mean, yet again, like, the luck just does not go our way. Like, I would say the power plays were not luck, we just weren't good. But
Yeah.
like, if you look back at games two with all the pucks and like the line and all the chances we've had, the luck just wasn't going our way this series for most of it. And the Canes' winning goal to win the series was a missed shot by like a meter from Keandre Miller, and it's just a perfect rebound behind the net for who would you thought? Logan Stankoven puts it in the back of the net, and from there on out, you kind of knew that was going to be the game
Oh
because
yeah.
Sens probably weren't going to get another power play, and I mean, to be fair, they did score 6 on 5, but that was after they already got an empty net goal. So,
Yeah. I knew it
I
was
mean,
curtains. Like when they scored that goal, I
yeah,
looked at my dad, and said, "Yeah, that's curtains." Like Carolina's just gonna shut this down, and we end up scoring in pretty much garbage time, which I didn't even want them to score at that point. I'm like, don't score. Like
yeah,
it's just pointless. And of course they score. And
yeah.
I don't even think I celebrated that goal. Like I was just like,
I think I stood up and clapped, but it wasn't
yeah,
like
I was like that. Like I
insane or
wasn't fired
anything.
up. Like I was like, what are we
Yeah,
doing here?
and
This
then
is
right after
ridiculous.
that, the Canes score like right
Yeah.
after that, like the boys are just tired, and the Canes score like the easiest empty net goal of all time, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
So,
yeah, I mean, game four. I mean, honestly, games three and four were pretty much identical. Just
yeah.
lots of power plays. The only thing that was different was the huge hit by Clevin in game four, which was pretty sick. I honestly thought we were winning that game after that because of how big the crowd was into it, and we finally scored in the power play to tie it up. But no, but I mean, if you look big picture at the series, um, 1 for 21 in the power play. Sens did not lead whatsoever in any of these games.
Nope.
Seven forwards did not record as points, so secondary scoring was not good. If you look at your two top guys, Stutz and Kachuk combined for 1 point. Allmark, I mean, we know Allmark. Haven't talked about him too much this episode, but in an episode where you get swept, you probably aren't going to talk too much about the positives. But Allmark had a 2.03 goals against average, so average 2 goals a game, and had a 932 save percentage. I mean, just insane stuff.
I mean,
And the
yeah.
PK goes 12 for 14. Like those two things you just can't complain about.
Yeah, Allmark was unreal. And we complained about him all year, and he came up big in the biggest moments, and everyone else went quiet. So, But that's
Yeah.
just the game of hockey. Like that's just how it goes sometimes. Just sports in general, right? Like expect the unexpected. And the
Yeah.
unexpected was Allmark goes insane and everyone else just does nothing. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I think disappointment for me, big disappointment is Stutzla. I would say Stutzla is like 1-1 disappointment in this series for me.
You
Like,
really? I'll go Kachuk, honestly.
yeah,
I feel
like
like
I
was
just
a
expect
playmaker.
more
Like,
from Stutzla at this point. Like,
fair enough.
I expect him to make things happen out of nothing. Like, when we're not playing that well, when we can't have sustained ozone, he's just gonna do some magic and create something. But I just, yeah, I mean, I guess Carolina did a great job shutting him down. But I mean, we saw it in the regular season game. Like Carolina was still playing to win, and Stützle just danced around their whole team. So it's like, yeah, I don't know. I a bit disappointed, and I'll just touch on Kachuk real quick, and you can add on too. Like, yeah, I wasn't thrilled with him. I thought he was better in game 4, but it's too little too late. Like, he finally started showing some emotion, some physicality, making things happen, hitting people, getting involved in scrums, and but it's just a bit too late. Like, I don't know. I thought after Sanderson got hit, like nobody answered, but he's fighting 2 seconds into the first game, but when his top D man gets absolutely killed in the head, he's not up there fighting. So it's like, what's the point? Like, I don't know. I was definitely disappointed in
Yeah.
Kachuk, but I think everyone's kind of ragging on Kachuk, and I don't want to like, keep bragging on about him and like all this, but I wouldn't say he doesn't care. Like I think he does care and he wants to win, but I don't know. I didn't see it. Let's just say that.
Yeah. I mean, I'll say I'm gonna be the first to say I love Kachuk. I want him to be the Sens captain. I mean, a lot of people are probably gonna disagree with that because I mean, political stuff and stuff behind the scenes that honestly shouldn't matter when it's sports. Like, I think in sports, it's a good time to get away from stuff like that. I really don't like how people can judge a guy based off stuff like that. But you know what? Everyone has their own opinion, and that's fine. I feel like there's still something bugging him all year because there was games where you saw him, like Game 4, he came out and he hit Hall like really hard on the boards.
Yeah.
Whereas the New York Islander game during the season where he came out and he fought Anders Lee right away, and he had the game-winning goal with a minute left. There's times where you saw the Brady Tkachuk from the past couple of years, and then to be fair, there was games where it wasn't Brady Tkachuk. And the thing really good with Brady is in games where he's off, he can still be on with his energy. And I felt like this year we saw when he was off, his energy was also off,
Yeah.
which you don't like to see because again, as I said, energy is something it's not on and off. It should be on no matter what. Again, I think there's lots of stuff behind the scenes. I'm like all the political and the podcast stuff. I'm sure took a huge toll on him. Um, his wife was pregnant again and actually just had the baby today. So congrats on them
Yep.
for that.
Yep.
So who knows how much of a toll that was on him. He also has a newborn, so he has two young kids now. Lots of behind the scenes stuff. So I hope he's back. I want Brady to be a senator for life. I'll say it here first. And we're just gonna have to survive the next year. We're gonna have to survive this year with all the behind the scenes stuff yet again, and hope next July 1st he signs 8 times. I was gonna say 8 times 8, but I meant to say just 8 years. Hopefully next July 1st he signs the contract for 8 years right away, and all this talk can be put down, and we can just have the normal Brady Kachuk back. So I hope he's fully healthy next year. If he was injured right now, which I think my guess is yeah, and all the behind the scenes stuff kind of go away because I love him. He's the heart and soul of this team. He's exactly like if you look at last year's playoffs, sure he didn't perform that good this year, but if you look at last year, he was probably our best producing guy last year. He had some huge goals last year. I think he tied the game in game 2 to bring it to overtime, and he also tied it in game 3 to bring it to overtime. He's the definition of a playoff guy. That's why so many
Yep.
teams are making mock trades to get him. So many people want him. There's a reason for that. A couple of teams are funnier than others. Like I said to you earlier, the New York Rangers. I don't know why you would want to go to the Rangers. I don't know if you're the New York Rangers why you want him. You're just not competing soon.
Yeah.
But if he is on the market, a lot of people are going to want him. But I don't really want to talk about that because again, I want him on the team.
Yeah.
I want to say too, though, I felt like the top line in Stützle, if it was either Stützle, Batherson, Giroux, Stützle, Batherson, Kachuk, no matter what it was, they did a really good job of defending too. Like if you look at the Carolina's top players, Jarvis had two points, both empty net assists. Aho had 3 goals, 2 empty nets, and Svechnikov, I don't remember. I know he had no goals at least. So if you look
Yeah.
at their top guys, it's not like their top guys produced either. And same with depth scoring. If you think about most of their goals, like I think 4 Logan Stankoven, couple are Taylor Hall, Jackson Blake had one. So if you take away their second line, they didn't really have that much depth scoring either. So it was just a battle of the special teams, and I mean they only got 2 power play goals too. It's just they scored more 5-5, and we were struggling 5-5, so we had to take advantage of the power play. And I mean obviously that just didn't happen. So kudos to the Canes. I will say Canes played really good, but there's
Yeah.
no like there's just this series was not a sweep. I think
Yeah.
Timmy said it today. Like on paper it says 4-0, but just it was never close to a sweep whatsoever.
Yeah, it was, I think, like final thoughts for me. It was every game was very tight. It was tight checking. There wasn't a lot of space. Both teams were doing a really good job playing good sound defensive hockey. The Sens battled through adversity, losing their top pairing D. Like any team in the playoffs right now, if they lose their top pairing D, are not winning a series. Like I don't think that's a hot take. Like pretty much
Yeah, I
any
mean
team that loses their top two Ds is gonna struggle.
yeah,
Like,
top two definitely, yeah.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like Sanderson and Zub were out, and Clevin
Yeah,
was out for a part of it too. Like,
yeah.
that's like almost impossible odds to overcome. So, honestly, like overall, I'm really proud of the boys for the way they fought all season through the adversity on and off the ice, overcoming that, using 12 Ds in the regular season, using 10 Ds in the playoffs. Not something you can usually overcome, but they did, and they squeezed into the playoffs. And everyone can have their opinions on getting swept, but they showed up, they battled hard. The power play would have made the difference. Honestly, like this series came down to the power play. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it done, and that's too bad. But I think we're just scratching the surface on what where this team can go.
Exactly.
And so, honestly, I'm proud of the boys, and we'll be back stronger next year for sure.
I agree. A couple quotes that I liked hearing just from after the game and today was Kachuk had a really good quote after like game 4 of saying someone asked him like what's something you take away from this year, like what's the biggest thing you take away, and he said the adversity. I think that's a really big thing because you go through lots of adversity. If it was behind the scenes stuff, if it was all the injuries, if it was like your starting goaltender being out for a lot of a long period of time, like they fought through a lot of adversity, and people forget they went 26-4 just to make the playoffs. Like that is huge. And again, I'll take the playoffs over. I'll take us getting swept in the first round over not making the playoffs any day of the week.
Yeah.
So people will be like, "Oh yeah, well you just played 4 extra games. The Toronto Maple Leafs won the same amount of playoff games as you." It's like, yeah, you're not wrong, but at the same time, let's be honest, you'd probably rather be in this situation as well. And the other quote I liked was Thomas Chabot today. He mentioned how he was talking to some of the Canes players after Game 4, just kind of walking into them in the hall, and they were just talking to him about like, yeah, I mean, you guys talking about the Sens. Canes players said, like, you guys are on like year 2. They've made the playoffs 9 years in a row, and
Yeah.
especially after like the third or fourth time, your goal is to win the Stanley Cup. They've technically failed by 5 straight years in a row now. Like you sure the goal for the Sens wasn't to win the cup this year, is probably to win a round, and especially the Canes round being the harder round in the second round is probably win 2 rounds. But still, like you're still playing the second best team in the league, as you said, without your 2 top defensemen, and it was tough. So
Yeah.
just like you said, I'm proud of them. I think they're going to come back really good next year. It's going to be an interesting offseason. We'll see if Giroux retires or plays again. I would love to have him again. $1 million for a guy who put up 50 points, right around. I'm pretty sure, maybe just under. Plays PK, still one of the best face-off guys in the league. If I had to put money on it, I think Giroux will come back for 1 more year. But then I think after that he might call it quits. But again, who knows? He has a young family. Might just be best to call it quits now when you're still healthy. You don't want a bad injury. So again, who knows? But hopefully he comes back. I'm sure Steos will have a great offseason. I've been a huge fan of Steos. Everyone
Yeah.
didn't like the Fogel trade, And look how that happened. He produced, I think, 6 or 7 goals since he came back with us, and he moved up and down the lineup. So see what they do. It'll be an interesting offseason, and we'll have lots more episodes to come. I think we said we're gonna drop an episode every Sunday. So right before your guys' work week starts, we're gonna drop an episode every Sunday. We might record it a day or two before Sunday. It kind of depends on how our schedule works. So if we miss out information, maybe we'll like record quickly 10 minutes to add to the episode. But if not, it should be every Sunday. And then maybe around the draft too, or free agency, maybe drop one or two extra ones around then, just because there's more news to talk about.
Yeah.
So hope you guys enjoy this episode. Before I end it, Max, anything else you want to say?
No, I think everything is said. I gave my final thoughts, and thanks for even though since we started podcasting, the Sens are 0-4. We take full responsibility on that, but we'll be back stronger. And yeah, we're looking forward
Yeah.
to creating a ton of good content for all the Sens Army out there over the summer. So yeah,
Exactly. We just want to come in here, have a good time, talk Sens. Hopefully you guys enjoy, and we'll keep coming. Thanks for listening, and hopefully you guys tune in next week. Have a good week, guys. Thank you.